You're watching The View. The G-View. GViewTV.com. Entertainment for you. Interviews, previews, and reviews.
Welcome back to GView TV. We've been talking politics for the last few weeks here on GView TV, and we have another politician passing through our studios. Goes by the name of Cyma Musarat. She is a candidate for the Ontario PC Party, and she is here tonight on GView TV to shed some light what's going on for June 7th election. Good night, Cyma.
Pleasure to be here.
Good night.
Nice to meet you. First of all, thank you so much. It's a great pleasure and honor to be on GView. Thank you, Sean, Push, and Fine China. So let's get talking.
Let's get talking. We want the community to go out, vote, and that's what you're looking for. That's the most important thing in an election.
Yes.
And with that said, you have to, what you'd call it now, sweet talk. Not only sweet talk, but after the sweet talk, there is actions that have to come in place. And what are some of the actions or promises that PC is actually putting out there for this election?
Ontario PC Party's platform is very simple. It's for the people. You know, after 15 years of mismanagement, incompetence, and political corruption, I think the present government needs to go. People are looking for a positive change, and our party represents that change. People are working harder, they're paying more, and they get less. So this really needs to change, and our party's platform is all about putting more money back into your pocket to bring respect back for your hard-earned tax money. That's the very basic, simple message. More money back to your pocket, more respect back for your hard-earned money. And you should decide how you should spend your own money.
And, excuse me, with that being said, that sounds like a large margin of anything. Is there anything that's specific within what you just said?
Sure. I mean, my flyer, we talk about some of the few policy planks. We're going to lower your hydro by 12%. If you're earning a minimum wage, there is zero income tax. Absolutely zero income tax. We will cover up to 70% of your family's childcare expenses up till age 15. If you are 75%.
75%.
Up till age 15. We're going to scrap the sex education curriculum from schools, and we're going to rewrite this whole curriculum in consultation with parents, which is more age appropriate. If you're a middle income earner, there's a 20% tax break. We're going to also commit it to ending hallway healthcare. This is a very, very serious issue. God forbidden if you have to go to an emergency. The wait period is like 10 hours. They put you in this half-naked gown and throw you in the hallway. That's not absolutely acceptable. This has to end. There has to be more funding given to the nurses, to the doctors, to the hospitals. We have a $320 billion subnational debt, which is the highest debt anywhere in the world for any province to have. $1 billion a month we are paying to service this debt. That's one hospital every month we can build. Imagine $1 billion spent on nurses, doctors, schools, social services, housing, so many projects you can do. But what we are doing we are servicing this huge debt. This debt has to come down. So we are all about accountable and honest government. Line by line, we're going to go money for value audit for every government department. And we're going to find deficiencies. And we are going to save lots of your hard money. And we're going to bring an accountable government, the change which the Ontarians need, and make Ontario again an economic engine, what it once used to be.
Okay, I've got a question on the transportation aspect of it. I know there's been a lot of building of subways above ground, below ground. What is the PC stance on transportation in the Greater Toronto?
I think subway system, our leader promised a $5 billion investment for subways. You know, it's a huge investment, and I think it's an excellent investment, and we all totally support it.
Okay, and me particularly, I'm in Scarborough. What is the plan? Is it going to be the above subway or the below subway? I know there's been so many debates back and forth. What position does the PC government have on that?
We're going to extend the subway line as always was decided, and we're going to commit to it.
You mentioned end hallway
Healthcare, yes.
And that's very critical.
Yes.
And that's happening right now, where, as you said, they just put something over you and you wait there for an hour.
Yes. Hours.
Hours.
Yes. Hours.
Hours. Yes. And you mentioned spending all that money on hospital. You mentioned spending all that billions on hospital.
Not just hospital, on all the programs.
How is that going to work? Because we already spending so many on hospitals, and now you're gonna.
We're not spending that many on hospitals. No. Listen, what's the basic difference between a liberal and a PC government? We believe in a more accountable, more fiscally accountable government, right? Mm-hmm. And the Liberal Party believes in inflated, big spending, big bureaucracy, levels and levels of government departments. I'll give you a small example. Do you understand LINS, Linear Integrated Health Network Systems? There are only 15 LINS which existed, which regulates your nurses and your PSWs, personal support workers. Yes. All of a sudden, Kathleen Wynne's government multiplied from 15 LINS to 85 LINS. Oh, I'm creating jobs. 85 LINS with new presidents, vice presidents, board of directors, office space. Millions spent on layers and layers and layers of adding bureaucracy. Why don't they spend these millions of dollars on hospitals, hiring more nurses? Instead of ballooning your government, give front-end care where you and I benefit. That's what's the basic difference between PCs and Liberal Party is. We believe in front-end care where you and I and her, we benefit. Whereas Liberal government, they just want to stuff the pockets of their insiders. They just want to balloon the bureaucracy. They just want to make the government bigger and bigger and bigger. How does it benefit you and me?
Can't.
No.
Can't.
So that's the basic difference between Liberals and a PC party.
Okay, what is the difference? You chose the difference between Liberal and PC. What's the difference between PC and NDP?
Okay, so at this point, if you look at the platform between NDP and Liberal, they're identical. They're both competing who should spend more. They're in a race. Where is the money going to come from? We are in huge debt. It's common sense. Where is the money going to come from? If you're in a huge debt, they talk about billions and billions of spending, and this is free, that's free, this is going to be free. Where is it going to come from? From your and my pocket. That's where it's going to come from.
So looking at that sounds like increase of taxes.
Of course, it's taxes, everything is going to skyrocket. Even your eggs, your bread, all your groceries, your coffee cup, everything is going to skyrocket.
And what's your stance on the minimum wage increasing?
Well, minimum wage, this is a very important policy plank we have. If you're earning a minimum wage, it's 0% tax, 0% income tax. So that's a huge break.
Okay, so you're saying 0% income tax after they've worked, but what about the increase that, because it's gone, when I was a student, it started at $6.40 for me. And right now we're at $14 an hour.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's supposed to increase again. So are you in favor of the increase going forward, or are you in favor of the zero income tax? Is there a difference?
PC party is in the favor of tax, in the favor of minimum wage increase, but the way it's brought in, we do not agree with that. Okay. Because, Liberal government had 15 years of increasing minimum wage. Why didn't they do it at that point? Slowly bring it on. But all of a sudden, just before the election, just for a few months before the election, so they increased 30% in the minimum wage, and now they're proposing another 50% minimum wage increase. So think about the small businesses. How are they going to survive? If they have somebody at a minimum wage, he has to immediately give them 30% raise. Somebody who's a skilled worker, who's working at a $15, then that person is not going to sit quietly, he's going to say, give me a raise. Somebody who's earning 20 would want 25, so it's a domino effect. So do you think that's fair for small businesses? Any kind of businesses. You can't just jump like that. We are in favor of minimum wage, but the way it was brought in, is not right and proper. It was all politically driven. And we're giving you a huge tax break. If you're earning minimum wage, it's 0% tax.
It's a different spin. It's interesting.
Sound good. Viewers on the outside, we're here talking to Cyma Musarat. She is the candidate for Humber River, Black Creek for the Ontario PC Party, and she's giving us some enlightenment on the June 7 election.
I've got another question. You said you were going to put more money into our pockets. How
Yes.
do you plan to do that?
I mean,
and where is this money going to come from?
Okay, so again, we're going back to school. We are lowering your hydro. We're giving you huge tax breaks, which is money back into your pocket. So, I mean, every department, everything is coming down for you and for us. It's going to be life much more easier and more respectable under the PC government.
So it sounds like you have a lot of work to do.
Yes,
A lot of work to do.
Yes.
And it sounds like a lot of auditing.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Accountable and honest government, you have to do a lot of audit. Yes, of course.
A lot of audit. And it's going to be in a short space of time to do that, because
we're going to just get it done. Whatever it's going to take, we're just going to get it done.
June 7th.
June 7. You're running. This is your first time running for
Yes.
Black River?
Yes.
And how long now you've been in politics yourself?
Well, I've joined the party around 10 years ago. So I've worked on many campaigns on federal level, on provincial level. And now this time around, I said, you know what? I should throw my hat in the race.
Yes. And you guys, you have an office right in that area?
Yeah, 3472 Keel Street. Come by to our office anytime and welcome there.
Okay.
And for people that want to volunteer
Yes, please.
and so forth, how could
they
they
get in touch with
Just come to the volunteer or call at 416-977-9084. And
give that number again? Sorry.
It's 416-977-9084.
So viewers on the outside, if you wish to volunteer for the PC party, that's the number you could call, or you could show up at their office at Keel Street, and that the address is
3472 Keel Street.
Here you go. It sounds so convincing. It sounds like if I had the chance or the magic wand to vote 3 times, I would just vote for 3 parties.
Right.
Because they all sound good, fine China, and it sounds like promises. And with promise, it's like a little kid. If you promise us something and you don't stay up or stand up for the bargain on your end, I'm gonna feel so disappointed. Is that ever happened to the PC party?
Well, what happened in the past happened in the past. Let's talk about future. And under Doug Ford, our exceptional leader Doug Ford, you will be very happy. Everybody, the relief is on the way. And we are for the people.
You are for the people.
Yes.
Right. That's all. Thank you for very much.
It was a pleasure. Take care.
We look forward to
Thank
the
you.
election June 7th.
June 7th?
June 7th. And advanced polling starts on May 26th up till May 30th. If you want to vote in advance poll, just get it done.
And again, for anybody who's not registered on the voters list or they need to register, how do they get in contact?
So they can go on Election Ontario's website, or the day of the election, they just have to take a photo ID and a piece of mail with their address, and they can vote.
There you go. Cyma Musarat. Thank you for passing through on GView TV. It was a pleasure having you here.
It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
knowledge.
Take care.
Viewers on the outside, keep it locked to GView TV.